Hi and welcome to the Learning Hub of Projectonomy. My name is Christine and in this series I'm explaining project management topics in just 5 minutes. Today's topic is scope creep. I will define what scope creep is, what are its causes and how to control it. If you have been involved in projects, you might have heard the concept of scope creep. So let's understand what scope creep is. First, let's break down the term scope creep and focus on the word scope. Each project starts with a requirement. For example, to create a new product, to launch a new website, or upgrade an existing system. Based on the project requirements, we are defining the scope of the project. We can divide the scope into two parts: product scope and project scope. Product scope defines what will be the final deliverable of the project, what features and characteristics it will have. For instance, the product scope can be having a website that will include 5 pages or a 2-story building with 5 rooms and others. Project scope defines the work required to be done in order to achieve the project requirement and deliverable. For example, to procure prerequisites, to contract with vendors, prepare project documentation, do the development or construction, tests and more. Usually, both product and project scope are defined in the beginning of the project. However, during the implementation, stakeholders may try adding new requirements and features to the scope, which were not defined in the beginning. Sometimes this can have a positive impact, as it can help to make the final product better. However, from time to time, this process becomes unmanageable, which results in scope creep. Hence, scope creep refers to the uncontrolled process of change requests, additional features, and multiplied requirements that can arise from various demands of stakeholders, as well as due to lack of communication and teamwork. Sounds like a minor problem, doesn't it? But in real life, the process of any project scope creep is quite disruptive, resulting in financial issues, extended deadlines, unsatisfied customers, and most importantly, undesirable results. According to PMI's 2018 Pulse of the Profession report, more than half of completed projects experience scope creep. There are certain activities which usually lead to scope creep. The causes can be the following: weak scope definition, lack of formal scope and requirements management, inconsistent process for collecting product requirements, lack of stakeholder involvement, and project length, as the longer a project runs, the more time stakeholders have to refine their ideas. Avoiding scope creep is nearly impossible. No matter how organized you are, any project goes wrong at one point or another. It's a part of the process. However, you might consider applying the following tactics to reduce the chance of scope creep as much as possible. First, make sure that you have baseline scope and the terms on the statement of work are clear and touch upon all the questions that may get misunderstood or disregarded in the process. Second, identify rules, responsibilities and expectations for both your team and the customer. Ensure the smooth process of project by developing certain discipline in your cooperation. Third, establish and follow proper scope change management processes. Fourth, be transparent with your customer. Lay out the project scope and explain additional changes and modifications that can harm the final result. Now, let's say you did everything to prevent scope creep, but still here you are in a crisis situation. What can you possibly do to manage it and make sure the project does not fail or result in any casualties? Prior to any change request, have a discussion with the customer and come to an agreement with a focus on the following 4 points. Finances. Once you receive additional requests, start calculating the cost separate from the original scope. Keep the costs separate to have a clear understanding of added or eliminated requirements in case of acceptance or rejection. Impact. Thoroughly analyze the consequences of change from each and every aspect of the project. It will be beneficial to create a separate checklist of all the expected results of scope change. Communication. Talk to the customer and help them analyze the end goal of their request. By doing so, you aim to minimize the change if possible and consequently minimize the risk associated with it. Skipping. Don't ignore the risks and don't multitask without a clear analysis of impact. Such a hasty approach can result in unexpected issues which will accumulate due to the lack of a structured plan. Any change request resulting in scope creep should be controlled to some extent. Otherwise, the project will cause issues or eventually fail. So always look for the best project management practices for avoiding and controlling scope creep in your projects. Thank you for watching this video. You can find all the reference links in the description below. Please let me know in the comments what are your pro tips in dealing with scope creep. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button in order to get notified when our next video is up. See you next time!